Nerdrotic.com.
We're going to start out with Westworld as people
Yeah.
roll in, and we'll do that for about 20, 25 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate that on Nerdrotic Live so we can get the rest of the Inquisition, and we'll have a Westworld review. And we'll keep doing that because you and I differ on the episode, but we both agree that we want to keep watching it. Like we're at least our interest at the lowest common denominator here is our interest is peaked.
Yes.
Why don't we start out with you? We'll start out with the good.
Okay. Well, I mean, this episode, look, when I started the episode tonight, I was whining. I was like a stuck pig with pain. I was like, fuck me. Why is it that every single Sunday I seem to be getting an upset stomach and knowing that I'm going to have to watch shit and I'm going to suffer through it? I was like, can we just fucking have something like the Orville or the Expanse? I mean, Jesus, why does it always have to suck on Sundays? Thursday too with Picard. That makes me sick. But I was watching this episode and I really started to like it. I mean, yes. We talked about it a little bit. Sure, the Nazi thing, it was obviously that they were in War World or World War II world. I don't know what they're kind of call it, but it didn't matter. I mean, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought that there were some very clever things inside the predictability. And it seemed to me like a definite course correction, a definite kind of trip back to season one, which I really liked. I mean, we also got some female nudity all over the place, full frontal female nudity, check. We got some good violence. We got some answers to kind of the big objection that we both had last week, which is, who the fuck is there to root for? Who are we rooting for? We can't like humanity, really. I mean, they're depicting humanity as almost uniformly rotten. And we can't like fucking, what's her name? Dolores, because, she's out to exterminate humanity. It's just like, fuck, man. We're just in this shitty place where there's nobody to like. Well, this episode, I actually found myself liking Maeve, liking Bernard, and liking Stubbs and Bernard especially. I think that this is a pair that could be a lot of fun. Actually, genuinely thought Stubbs' performance was fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Oh, the Hemsworth. He those Hemsworth boys. That's good stock right there. Good stock.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was good. I thought. I mean, we haven't talked about the plot yet, but if I could just say that Maeve figured out that she was inside an entire virtual reality, not merely, the theme park, but she was like trapped in this virtual reality, and the whole thing made sense. And the way out, I thought, was particularly clever, which was that the people who had created this construct were very lazy, and they duplicated the code on the pads that is the actual code in the real world. And so she was able to fucking hack it. It was brilliant. I thought that was a nice twist. Overall, I really, really dug this episode. I love the last scene too, but you liked it too, so I'll let you talk about that some. But overall, man, I am interested. I'm open, and I'm hoping that they won't screw it up.
And that's good. That's good. And we'll get into the plot a little bit. I'll just give my overall thoughts. I didn't like it that much. I thought it was clearly better in the first episode. It was a clear course correction, which isn't a bad thing. I didn't hate it. I want to continue watching the show because if it was gonna be anything like last week, I was like done. I'll start covering Better Call Saul or something or nothing at all because I would be done. I'm tired of nihilism. I really don't want it right now. And obviously, the viewers feel the same way because it didn't even have 1 million overnight viewers when everybody was home last Sunday. And I don't want to hear any of their excuses. This was supposed to be one of the most anticipated shows on HBO, if not the most anticipated show. Where there was a 2-year wait, you think people would be chomping at the bit to watch it overnight, and it lost 57% of its overnight viewers, and it's lost 46% of its viewers in the first episode. and I doubt anybody's going to run and see this one because the first episode was boring and dark. This one's better because Tandy Newton is a better actress, and she's more likable, she's more charming, and that stuff you're just born with, and she's just got it. She's still way OP'd for me. It was clever a little bit, but she's still like figuring everything out. It was good to have Lee Sizemore back. I do want to mention the thing that I didn't think was funny at all was Dan and Dave showing up with the freaking dragon in the middle of that, because it just reminded me that we're almost exactly a year away from the complete disaster that was Game of Thrones that created the show. Oh, how dare you show them? God,
I know,
damn it.
Man. I know. Fuck. It was funny. It was like Humphrey Bogart says in Casablanca when Ingrid Bergman shows up looking for the letters of transit. He says, "I wouldn't bring up Paris if I were you. It's poor salesmanship." And it's like, you're bringing up Paris. You're.
I'd have left that on the cutting room floor. Sure, it explains Game of Thrones and why everybody acted like a bunch of freaking idiots past season 5, because apparently that narrative happened after Dolores killed everyone. So maybe that explains it. But it ain't funny, HBO. I really would have thought that one through, because you're going to fire up a lot of people about that. Some people are going to go, "Oh my God, it's so cute." But it's also too on the nose. Too many fans had that theory, and to put it in there was just like, come on. Now, listen, I said in my tweet, and I mean this, they blew their wad the first season. It will never be as good as the first season. But if we get mediocre, pretty good sci-fi, I'll be all right with that. It'll still be a damn shame. And I do feel, and as should you, but because you got there before I did, feel a little vindicated about season 2, because in the second episode, that U-turn was so quick. I hope you had your seatbelts on, because they just went, Rah! Like, it was like, oh yeah, we remember naked girls and Stubbs, and this is a show that started out with Anthony Hopkins, and I'm forgetting the name of young William, but he was a good actor, and Ed Harris, who I know we're going to get. And quite frankly, Evan Rachel Wood is, if she's just a straight up villain in this, that's fine. I think that's actually good, because there's no way I'm rooting for her. What is Aaron Paul going to be, though? Another dumb white guy to follow her around? And are the ladies going to be leading the boys around like in season 2? Because that will get boring real fast. And saying goodbye to Hector, one of my favorite characters. It's like, I hope they bring him back too. They
easily could, they easily could. And I have to say, with Aaron Paul, you're absolutely right. I think he's going to be a dupe. But look, man, it's very interesting that they are kind of setting up Bernard and Stubbs.
Yeah, like as a buddy kind cop. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not going to be woke. I think that's kind of cool.
No, I don't think so. But okay, the thing that just set me off is like, oh my God, here come the Yahtzees. We got to put the Yahtzees in something, because the Yahtzees have to be in every stupid thing we watch, because the Yahtzees are coming, and like that's just Hollywood. Yeah. Stop. I know they're really evil bad guys, and they're really easy to make evil bad guys, but they're in everything now. You're not being... Westworld used to be ahead of things, and now it's just kind of basic biatch Westworld, which is better than season 2. But once we got past that, things did get better, and it was just predictable. And like I said in my first review, I'm just watching these two amazing, stunning, powerful leads succeed. I'm just waiting for them to succeed. I know they're going to succeed. So, is something maybe exciting or unexpected going to happen? Something kind of happens like that at the end, which does help Maeve. It doesn't really help Dolores. It still feels like this is all Dolores' plan, and everybody else is just playing in it. Now, I don't think we want to poo-poo the fact that this might be a sim in a sim, because I think it is. I clearly think there is something like that going on here. And I think this episode foreshadowed that. The first episode kind of like within the narrative, you kind of did away with that. But they're, I know the creators of the show said this is the real world, but they lie. They lie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at least in this time, we got the computer plays back into it. The HAL 10.5 thousand.
Yeah.
Because we met the other creator of that computer, and I was intrigued by what is said. I'm also intrigued that it was Dolores that brought back Bernard, and they can't figure out why. I think that's very interesting as well.
She said, I mean, you could hear her in the background saying, we both have to play our part, but we are not
Right.
going to be friends. So is it God creating the devil, or the devil creating God? Or, I mean, you know, they do like their religious imagery in this too. And we will see what happens. Now, the guy at the end is I don't know his name. I don't know the actor's name, but he's the bad guy from Ocean's 13. Is that guy a vampire? Like, he doesn't look like he's aged a day. Since that movie.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
I thought he was quite strong in this one. And oh my God, I have to say, Maeve was striking in this episode. I mean, oh my God, her in that World War II outfit with her hair like that, just like, whoa, kind of made my my evil heart go pity pat. She was just drop dead gorgeous. And then when she wakes up in that white dress, striking. I'm just on a shallow, superficial note. As a toxic male, I have to say, holy shit, she was gorgeous.
My favorites were her and Armistice, whatever, the tattooed badass one. I liked her too. I don't know where she's gonna be, but I mean, listen, this show could go either way right now, because it's a big mystery who Charlotte is gonna be. And I know there's theories that it might be Teddy. They put Teddy into Charlotte.
That doesn't really ring true to me, man. Why would he be helping Dolores then, and why would he be manipulating the Delos board?
Because you saw in the scenes for next week, she's being trained by Dolores. She needs to act like somebody else. It could be Armistice. I don't know. I know Reddit knows. I know Reddit's been pretty spot on. That's why I've been staying away, because I do want to be surprised. I do.
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of it, but the way in the trailer, the way that she was leering at her kid, putting it to bed, right? Saying, you know, mommy loves you or whatever. I mean, it was kind of sinister. It's art. I think it's Artemis, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be. That would be interesting, kind of. Although I'm sorry, I don't like that actress at all. I don't. She.
I don't like her either.
Yeah,
no,
Tessa
not
Thompson.
at all.
She plays Tessa Thompson, smirky.
Exactly.
Like
Little Miss Woke on
range.
Men in Black 2 or 3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference between her as Valkyrie or her in this show, or Charlotte, or her. Nah. Yeah, I didn't watch Men in Woke.
I didn't either, but I just knew from the poster.
Well,
I knew to stay away.
That smirk. She's just got her duck lip smirk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Hollywood duck lips. You gotta love them.
No.
Not really. No. You know what though? Well, I probably shouldn't say this, but the clients at my wife's salon always do that too. While she's working on their hair, they always they'll check themselves out and start going.
The duck lip thing is weird. I don't get it.
So weird.
I don't get it.
Although Aragorn does it in Lord of the Rings, in the money shot, when the Fellowship is walking through the, he's like.
Quack, 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 quack.
Yeah.
Quack, 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 quack.
Totally does it. Yeah. So, okay. I thought the plot was better. Everything was better. The fact that I still want to watch the show is good. So I give it like a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. So it's.
Well, I'm charitably disposed. You know, it's like, look, I'm so desperate for you know, if you'll just reach me, you know, I'll meet you halfway. That's better than no way. There must be some way to get it together. So, I mean, if you'll reach across the rainbow bridge to me on this episode, I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8. I thought it was
I was
entertained, and there was enough stuff that I like the character stuff. I liked Maeve. They actually humanized Maeve from last season, where she was, you know, darling this and darling that. Well, they had a little bit of it, but it wasn't nearly as obnoxious.
They took her powers away, which they needed to, because that was ridiculously dumb.
Yes,
To have her.
ridiculous.
I mean, it's like, you just made her a god. She just won.
Yep.
How did Dolores even beat her? I don't even understand how Dolores.
I
even
don't
oh,
fucking
because
know.
she didn't want to control Dolores. She chose not to, or something like that. I'm sorry. It's been 2 years. And yeah, after I watched the episode again, I mean, you see that the first episode was mirroring the second episode with Aaron Paul's character. I'm blanking on his name right now, but
yeah, I'm sorry, Caleb.
is it Caleb? Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was Caleb.
And that stuff was subtle and clever. It still was just in this joyless, again, thing where we're waiting for Dolores to succeed. And it started with a basic biatch scene of like, we're gonna, get the smart house. And I'm like, I've seen that in another show within the last 2 years. And you got to watch out for that stuff. So right now we have 2 shows we're covering with AI robots, and now one is clearly smarter than the other. I can't believe that Star Trek Picard isn't the smart one, but you can if you see who runs it. But it shouldn't be. They were way ahead of the game on all this. I will say there were elements that I found predictable. I did like seeing Stubbs back in action, and by the way, I called that he was a host freaking in the second episode of season 1. So I was and he did a good job acting. He really did. His spitting out the bullet was cool.
Yes.
Being back at Westworld was cool, although we didn't see any cowboys, which is like such a shame.
That was a shame. We did see Dan and Dave though, which was just delightful, wasn't it?
Oh God. That stopped me.
What a brave and stunning choice of HBO to remind us of their ultimate failure, their biggest black mark, and they put them the fuck in there. Can you believe that?
Yeah, and if people are thinking like, oh, they're just showing good humor, that scene was probably shot years ago.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That.
Although why they didn't cut it out, I figure it's production value. The shot of the dragon. I don't know.
I wonder if they were afraid to cut it out. Like if they cut it out and Dan and Dave said something, because they don't work for them anymore.
But who gives a shit what Dan and Dave think anymore?
I think people would praise HBO. I think it was a bad decision. People would go, yeah, good. I wonder how their Netflix projects are going, by the way.
I haven't heard a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
And, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that Warner Brothers too is reassessing their relationship with Jar Jar Abrams, given Rusev Soywoker. But again, I haven't heard anything. I've heard things are proceeding on that front. Unfortunately, it's going to be bad.
No, they're full steam ahead. I heard. Well, nothing right now, but they gave Todd Phillips $50 million, $60 million, and he made them a lot of money. And they're going to give Jar Jar Abrams $50-60 million for the first. Oh my God. First, now I want to see the first fifth of shooting. That'll take care of the catering,
right?
And maybe cover the reshoots for the first day. But
right,
yeah.
They're just bought themselves a fucking black hole of financial investment. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right. So, Westworld. At least we could both admit that it's going in the right direction, and a jarring course correction, and I mean jarring, is welcomed in this because it needed it. Because season 2 was a total disaster. It was just bad.
It was horrific, and I'm intrigued. If they make Dolores a straight up villain, I think that's interesting. Then you've got Maeve versus Dolores. You've got this player of this computer that what's his name was saying, I wanted to make the world a better place, and we were succeeding until Dolores came, and now she's basically already won unless something can be done. I find that interesting that they're going to turn her into a villain.
I want to know why Anthony Hopkins and Bernard Lowe, or the original, wanted to just kill themselves. It's like
because
both of them. I still there's still something to that. I'm not sure.
Well,
But we'll
Yeah,
hopefully they answer that someday.
Well, I think I've got the answer. Obviously, they were privy to the scripts for Westworld season 2, and they want it off. I mean, it's quite clear. So wouldn't you like say, you know what? I'd just rather not be a part of this, so I'm checking out. Goodbye.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.
That was taken from the Inquisition, a live stream I do with Doomcock every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. right after Westworld airs. If you would like to see the rest of the show, hit the link provided right here.